Welcome everybody. We are in game number 2 now between Goldenend and Sniper. So it was round of 16 Red Cup. It's Goldenend here, the red player, leading 1-0, winning the first game. And it is the high brackets, of course. So let's see here, the map generation seems to be a lot of water. 2 castles. And the water, no fish. As I can see, there are some guy units. Are these converted? No, these outlaws. So these units just do damage when you get close to them. Of course, they do not attack villagers and scouts. I mean, what do I say, villagers? I mean scouts and kings, because it's a regicide, and that's a lot of petards. Does Red have this many? Yeah, Red has so many petards as well. And Sniper complaining there. He says Brits. Yeah, Brits with 2 castle starts versus Slavs. Think Brits are probably favored here just because of the 2 castle starts. If it wasn't for the castle, I think Slavs could have done pretty well if you go for example, Smush, Monk and Siege, and actually, oh, poor Blue here, making a dock and going to try and find fish, but there isn't a single fish. There's one deep fish. That's the only deep fish on the entire map. Yeah, and with the red shy start, you start with no gold, but with a lot of food, and we might see just, I think, a fast castle from red, fast castle into longbows maybe, although he's going really early to fuel age. Going to look at the scouting here. Oh, he's forward with his king though. Don't know if you want to be forward to the king when your opponent has that many petards and when there are castles. Okay, Joan of Arc as well. Where is the king for blue? King for blue is in the castle, and here are the petards. They also start with the market. Yeah, both players also starting with a market. Yeah, here you can see the fish ship for blue. Unfortunately, nothing here. And oh, there's an elephant trapped on the island. That was maybe one of the starting elephants. There's also an elephant here for red, but pretty far away, and he might not even find it. Goldenend going for the dock as well, which is to be expected when you see this amount of water. Let's see, where is he going to make the dock? I think he's going to make the dock over here, and he's actually, I think he is going to build the dock. Oh, look at this. He's actually going to build the dock pretty close to the deep fish, so he might actually be able to take advantage of his dock in compared to what blue is doing. So blue, I think he has the worst civilization here with Slavs versus Britons and 2 castle starts, but since it's regicide, he should maybe prioritize going for a snipe. He already has a lot of petards. That's enough to take down 1 castle, and you start with 2 castles, so go for fast castle, make more petards, and just go for the YOLO snipe. Okay, at this point players are a bit passive, so going to speed it up a bit. They're just booming. Going with the blacksmith now. Of course, they don't need a market because they started 1. And let's see, red. Oh no, no golden ends. Favors you. No, I'm gonna loop golden ends, making a second market. He's so used of going blacksmith market, and he didn't spot the market at home. And it can happen. So now he has 2 markets. That's 175 wood, which he could have used to make archer units instead. Oh my god, he's actually going for transport. He made the dock to go for a transport. That's so incredibly smart. Meanwhile, blue cannot really use a transport on his end because I don't think the transport can cross here. So that's also really favorite map generation for red. That's so smart from red here, but blue spots it. Blue here with the fishing shit, he spots. Yeah, he said like, how did you get in? And now he should have spotted the transport ship. Get in. Another way. Yes, there we go. Yeah, that's actually really smart of the transport ship, but I would have garrisoned my petards as well. Would have also garrisoned my petards. Blue actually going for a town center outside of his base. I think he deleted some walls here to make this TC. And actually Blue is fishing over here. Fishing ship having to cross a lot of distance, but he is using it. Also 3 on stone over there. Stone pile, not in his base. Let me look. 4 gold in his base. 3 stone pretty far away, which he's taking. And reds. 4 gold here. 3 gold. That's something that blue does not have. But I don't see the stone here for him. Let's look at the action. So, longbowman got sent across and oh, lucky for blue, he does have the castles protecting his economy a bit, because if he didn't have those castles, I think it would be almost impossible for him to defend versus these longbows. But now he's going for Siege Workshop. Siege Workshop, 2 town centers for him, so he does have the villager lead blue. I think red, even though I like the transport choice, I think if you go 1TC you need to maybe add in more petard as well and try to go for snipe. Try to go for snipe. Use the advantage of the range units to pick off some villagers, maybe the army from blue as well. Because if you stay one town center, blue is going to boom up, get a great eco, and maybe get to the Imperial Age at a really good time. And in the Imperial Age, he could possibly win versus the Brits there. If he's boomed up Imperial Age versus the Britons in the Castle Age, yeah, he will just attack into siege units. And he could do something here. But yeah, Goldenend getting range upgrade as well. Botkin coming in. And if you can see here, he already has 5+2 range. 5+3. Now the Botkin comes in, which means that he has more range than the Mangonel from blue here. There we go, sniping the villager, really great work. But is he doing enough with it? So far, only what? 1 or 2 villagers being killed? That's not enough in my opinion, because blue already 10 villagers in front. So he doesn't mind losing a few villagers every now and then, because he will just be producing more vills than he loses. He's also using his monk to collect relics. Oh, actually, there's some small gold over here. I didn't see it because of the trees surrounding it. Yeah, red is just going to keep out microing. Oh, he might get trapped here. If you see Mangonel go this direction, Mangonel go that direction, then red could be trapped. Send the Mangonel to the left. No, send the Mangonel to the left. Oh, you should have sent Mangonel this direction when the archers were over here. Because red cannot, like, there's nothing here where he can run towards, because he can only run into the castle. And really good Mangonel shots. Red a bit sloppy with his micro there, and it's looking really good for blue. Really good for blue here. Look at how many longbowmen he picked off there. One, well, actually can just look at KD there. 8 units lost. And red has nowhere to go. And some attack rounds could be devastating. Let's keep focusing here. Red trapped himself inside in the corner. Another good attack round here. And now I think these are petards. Petards going forward, trying to pick up the Mangonel. How many times do you see Mangonel going down to a petard? And we actually might see second Mangonel go down as well. 2 Mangonels being picked off by the petards. Really good use of the petards here from red. Maybe should have sent them over sooner. But he is falling so far behind the villagers. 41 versus 56 at this point. Is delaying the gold, but blue is getting in the relics for gold. and he will maybe eventually spot the relic on the right hand side there. He's making town watch, really good town watch, good position, so he does see one of the town centers from blue, and blue actually making town center over here really forwards, so close to red base, but it's the only place he could make some more farms. Let's look now. Monk, no, not going to do much, just going to get picked off with that range. And yeah, as long as there's one mangonel here, red will be able to out micro it, I presume. Ooh, losing an archer though. Oh, losing another archer. Come on, red, that's a bit sloppy. I can understand if you get out microed versus 2 mangonels, but versus 1, you should be able to out micro it, especially as Britons with the extra range. Thinking now that he saw the TCs over here, he should go towards this side. Yes, that's what he's doing, sending his army over here through the small gap, and is going to harass the economy from blue here. But blue, look at that population and the villager count, 64 villagers. 64 villagers. Blue doing pretty well here with the boom, and red not doing enough damage. Let's look at, well, we're on Goldenend's resources. He has a lot of gold, not a lot of food and wood. I think he already is about to mine out all of his gold. And he does not know about the extra gold pile here. Also not collecting the relics. And blue, look at this resources, 700 food already, 700 food. Looking really good for him here. And red adding in knights, well, I can understand it's for raiding, but I would use the gold for more siege units, which he is making. Don't think that red knights do too much unless he's going to transport them over to try and pick off the mangonels. Blue going for a fire galley, probably to snipe the transport ship if it tries to send over more units. Let's look to his fog of war. He does see the gold now. This is really great for blue. We're going with another town center, which means that he will be on 4 town centers. 4 town centers, 76 villagers already. He is going to have an extremely great boom here. And he's making barracks. Is it for the spearmen? Yes, it's for the spearmen to fight versus the knights. So yeah, looking like blue has turned it into his favor here, even though he's really behind an army. But if he gets to Imperial Age and can get onager upgrades, he could potentially get a good shot there. Yeah, what the fuck is this, says blue. There's one line of trees here. That's really in favor of red, because red can just camp behind the trees with the additional range here. And blue... Wait. What? How did blue... Oh, this is where he ran all the way like this around. Oh no. Mangonels have no way of getting there, but good for blue. He is on the way to an Imperial Age already. Imperial Age in for blue. Yeah, I think Reds picked the lesser strategy here, going for 1 town center aggression. Look at the villager count, 52 versus 86. And yeah, he does have the military lead with some strong gold units, but I feel like it's not enough here. Imperial Age, Halberdier, onager, blue with the more economy can also easily sell resources to get golden, because eventually the gold is going to run out on this map. Red did do some more scouting and eventually found the gold, because without that gold he wouldn't be able to produce his army. So now he's making a monster over here to collect the relic, and actually the stone for red is over here. Rams got better down by the villagers, it seems. But this DC is pretty much dying, but think blue is just repairing it, trying to save time. Just giving himself time here. Ooh, might see some villagers going down to this one knight here. Oh, that's a good find for the knight here. We'll probably kill like 3-4 villagers before the pikeman can come over. Let's do blue. Come on, man. Send the pikes. He isn't sending the pikes. That's already 3 villagers going down. And he's going to lose all the stone villagers because he did not spot it in time. Infantry upgrades coming out in. Onager tech coming in as well. And since it's Woolulu, with Onager he will also be able to cut the trees. So he will be able to cut the trees here and run in. He could also cut the trees to run straight into the base from red. And look at that Goldenend. Red actually selling food and wood to get gold so he can create more army. Running into the knight here again. I think maybe this time he spotted. All the pikemen are going for that one knight. Another lumber camp there. Yeah, there's not really much space, so it's tough to build. Not patrolling in. This means that the knights are getting some hits in on the pikemen. Okay, Onager's cutting the trees, and now... Oh, no! No, 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 no. Oh... Onager's there attacking that one archer which was close to the pikeman, and look at the HP on the units. That's what can happen when you try to go for help siege. There's a possibility that you can kill all your own units. And now let's see here, there's a chokehold, and oh, great shot here on the longbowman. Good attack round attempt. Let's see here. Yeah, red, here's the problem for red, because now these Onagers have 8 range versus the 8 range from the longbowman. Blue needs to just go back, keep Spikeman alive, cut some more of the wood line. Already has a good amount of army, as you can see. Actually, same amount of army as red at this point. And yeah, it's looking really good for blue at this point. So, booming up was the better strategy here. Hasn't really used this fire galley. And red, yeah, red has to run at home. Red has to run home, try to get his economy rolling so he can get to the Imperial Age, because in the Castle Age, eventually he will lose here versus Slavs. But yeah, let's hope we can see some really big and juicy Onager shots here from the blue player. Going for trebuchets as well. And did he make some more petards? No, I think it's still the standard petards. I hope he doesn't forget about those. And here we can see Onager's forwards. Oh, massive shot. Lucky for red that it was only one mangonel firing, because if all those mangonels were firing, that could have been the entire army from red gone. Let's check the health here. I think he only lost like 5 there. Okay, he's camping the hill. Come on, blue. Let's go. Help siege. He does have a good amount of helps. I think he has most of the upgrades. And yeah, for Castellates Knights, he's going to do really well. Let's see the shots. That's a good shot. Again, picking off around 5 longbowmen there. Red using the spread formation. Don't know if Slavs get siege engineers, but that would also give some extra range. But it's actually going for siege onager. That's so much gold and foods for siege onager technology. That's so expensive. I didn't think we were going to see it in a map with the lack of resources here, lack of gold and stone. I thought he would be using his gold to make like the onagers and trebuchets and stuff, but he's actually going for siege onager as well. Yeah, and what can red do? What can red do? Let's look at red's resources. Oh, we're actually at red's resources. 100 food. I don't think he can win this here. How can he stop this? When siege onager gets in, what can he do to fight. And there we go, Siege Engineer. That's what I didn't know if Slav said. Siege Engineer also gives 1 extra range to the trebuchets and onagers, and also increases the damage slightly. Look at the range now, 8+1 range because of Siege Engineers, and Siege Onagers almost being finished. Oh, good shots there on the longbowmen. Oh my god, those were so great shots here, killing a lot of longbowmen and also dealing a lot of damage to the other ones. And now the range, 8+1 again, but Siege Onager attacks, let's see here, Light Cav probably aren't going to be enough to pick up the halberdier. So plan for Goldenend is to pick up the helps with oh my god, this is over. This is just a massacre. Look at oh my god, all these shots on the longbowmen and the GG being called. So yeah, I think Red had the advantage with the civs and the start, but 1 TC push, not the greatest idea here. GG. Sniper winning game number 2, which means that it's a 1-1 now, and we will see game number 3. Big difference in KD here, those onager shots in the end.